Hi there, Manuel here, and today we're going to be talking about how to trade Forex with a full-time job. So I'm going to go into depth into that in a little while, but if you're new to the channel, it's the first time you've been here or you've been here before, then I just want to say hi. I want to say welcome. If you do get value from this channel and you're not already a subscriber, then please just consider subscribing. There'll be a subscribe button below if you just tick on that, and also remember to just tick on the bell icon, so that anytime I do release a new video, you'll be notified and you won't miss out on any of the stuff that I'm putting out there. So if you are enjoying it, then please consider just hitting the subscribe button below. Alright, so why I'm going to do this topic is I'm getting a lot of people sometimes saying to me, can I trade Forex if I've got a full-time job? I won't have time to trade the Forex. Now, I know the reason for this is because most people, when you see trading the Forex, you assume, or you're being told, because a lot of the people out there that are telling you how you can make £1 million in a day are usually scalpers, what we call scalp traders. So they're people that have got time to sit on charts, they're on it, they're looking for very quick movements, 10 to 50 pips, and making a big amount of money from very small movements of the market. That's one form of trading. There's really three main forms of trading, especially three ways that we actually teach in the group that I'm involved in, and I'll give you access to as well if you're interested. But there's scalping, what I was just talking about. So that's a lot quicker. You're on smaller time frames. You're on what we call 15-minute, maybe 30-minute, maybe an hour. That's the biggest, but most do very small time frame, maybe 5 minutes, even maybe a minute. So you're trading the market. You've got to be sat at the desk, you've got to be sat at your computer, you've got to be there to see the movements and get involved in them, and you trade it, and hopefully it moves in your direction, you make your money, and then that's it, you're out. That's what we call scalping. Most people, you do have to be able to sit on the charts for that. But then there's swing trading. Now swing trading is where you might put a trade on and the trade doesn't give you any so you get into a trade and you're in a trade for a week to 2 weeks. So that is, you don't need to be sat on the charts for that. That is different. That I'll show you that in a second, and how you can do that with a full-time job. And then the last way is position trading, and those sort of trades you're sat in for maybe 6 months to a year. You see the trend, you get involved in the trend, and that's it. You just leave that and you let it go in your direction, hopefully, and you just come and look at it maybe the end of the day or once in a week even. Do you know what I mean? That's position trading. So what I'm going to be talking to you about is, if you've got a full-time job, we advise that you do the swing trading way, so you trade on higher time frames. So this is the chart that we're going to be looking at here today. So you trade on the chart on either the daily or the weekly, the daily, the weekly, or the 4-hour charts. You know what I mean? Those are the three main ones, because they take longer to print. All these candles here, all these, if you don't understand these terms, don't worry, because I'm going to give you access to a group that will explain everything. It will explain pips, it will explain candles, it will explain everything. I'm going to talk because I kind of talk in the jargon, but I'll try and explain it if you're a newbie as I'm going along. So each one of these is what we call a candle, and it takes one whole day for each one of these to print out. So say you come and you come and trade with us, or you come and do the free training with us, then you can get access to this piece of software that we use. It actually kind of tells you, go and have a look at this chart, because this chart is setting up for maybe the patterns that we trade. So you can see here, this is the 4-hour suggestions, this is the daily suggestions. So I'm on the 4-hour. The first thing it suggests for me to do is the pound USD. So this is the chart that I'm on here now, the pound USD. So you've come home from work. This scanner has told you, go and have a look at the pound USD, because potentially the patterns we look for are potentially setting up. So you can see you don't even need to go on the charts and start scouring around. It's already showed you the ones you should look at to go and give a quick analysis to see if you like it, to see if the patterns that you've been taught from us are actually setting up. What I want to show you here, so this is the daily chart. Let's go down, because that one was the 4-hour. Let's go down to the 4-hour. So here. So just imagine here, so this candle here was printed at, this one is, what is that? That's 6 a.m. in the morning. This next one would be 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m. So these 4 are like the whole day. So whenever, you get up, you go to work, you come home in the evening, you do what you need to do, say hello to the family or whatever you're doing, you have your dinner, then you come to look. These 4, and you've seen these 4s happened while you've been at work. These 4 candles here. Each one of these takes 4 hours. You're now on a 4-hour chart. Each one of these takes 4 hours to print. So you see this big movement here. And that scanner told you to come and have a look at the pound USD. So here we are. So now if I was to see this, this is exactly what I would do if I was trading the daily. Yeah, I've come home from work. I can see this big movement. Now this here is something that we trade, and it's called a banker's candle. So that's one thing already my eyes are drawn to here. And also I'm seeing this. This is what we call imbalance. This section here. Just here. Basically that just means, I'll try and blow this up a bit. There. Yeah. That just means that the price has moved really quickly, vroom, in one direction, just moved up. Here you can see it's a bit more balanced, because this one's down, up, down. Usually it moves like this, down, up, down, up. Now when it moves like that, leaves this big gap here. It's what we call imbalance. And the markets like to be balanced. So already that's making me think the market's going to come back and fill in this imbalance here. So that in association with this candle here, trading our strategy, which I'm not teaching, I'm just showing you what you would do. Let me go back. So already now I'm thinking, right, when price comes down to here, I want to buy it. Now why do I want to buy it? Because if I would go up to a higher thing like the weekly and see the trend. See, this trend is going up. So that means if you're trading what I'm suggesting, you're trading swing trading, you want to keep going with the trend. All that weekly just showed me that the trend is up. So I don't want to be doing any sales on this. Everything I do on this, I want to be buying it. And this is the area there I'd be interested in thinking about buying it to go up. So I can do one of two things now. This is the candle here I'm looking to buy it off. I can either put a line on there like this, and then I can put an alert. So I click there, and I could click here, and I could write something on this like whatever, check out a buy or something. Check chart for a potential buy. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but so what would happen when the price came down to there, I'd get an alert, a little ring or text or something on my phone to tell me, come and check this out. Now that doesn't mean I have to check it out straight away. Again, I would wait till I came home from work, because these aren't printing like immediately. They're taking 4 hours. I would wait, do what I need to do, say hello to, eat my dinner like I just said, and then I'd come sit on the chart and think, okay, yeah, nice, I like it, it's here, I'll buy it to go up. Or alternatively, I like this area, I could just put a trade on straight away. I could put what we call a pending trade on. So my entry would be somewhere there. My stop loss would be, I think, just underneath this candle here. And I tend to like to go for, we advise you go for 1 to 5, which is 10% on your account. So 1 to, let me see, I need a bit more room here to make this a bit bigger. There we go. 1 to 5 is there, roughly. Yeah. Let's go back to the 4 hour. So yeah, 1 to 5. So now all I'm waiting on then now. I'm waiting for one of a few things to happen. I'm waiting for the price to come back down, hit me here, come back to there, it will get me in, and then hopefully turn and go in my direction. Or it will continue from here, and then I won't get into this trade, I'll miss this trade, and then I'll wait for another one, I'll go to the scanner for the next time and find the next one to analyze. Or it will come down and it will blow through and I'll lose this trade. Do you know what I mean? But if you're making these sort of risks to these sort of rewards, 10%, 1 to 5, if you're risking 2% of your account, which is what we advise, you're making 10%, you can afford to lose more than you actually win, because when you lose 2%. When you win 10%. You know, you're going to be making a lot more than you lose. You know, it's called the risk to reward. But what I'm trying to show you here, can you see that took me talking and illustrating and everything? That took me, what, 5 minutes to mark that up, to get that ready. And now that's it. I would be able to walk away from this chart now, and either I'd be waiting for, if I put an alarm, I'd be waiting for the alarm to ring. When the alarm rings and I got home in the evening, come back on the chart, I'd look at it, see if I like the pattern, then I'd get involved with the buy. Or I could just put the order on right now, and then that's it. I'll wait every evening. After I've done what I need to do, I'll see if I'm in the trade or not. As soon as I trigger, I'll trigger, and then I'll just let it go. And you can do that if you're working, because you're not having to sit on the charts. I would have to come and visit this chart once in an evening, 10, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour the most. So you can trade with a full-time job. You know, even in the evening, give yourself an hour so you can just analyze charts, you can play about with charts, but you don't have to be sat on charts, you know, every second, watching every little movement and thinking, am I getting in, am I getting out? That's a different type of trading. It's called scalping. And in fact, I'll show you a daily trade that I actually took. Let me show you this daily trade I took. So that scanner gave me a suggestion. That was it. It was here. So I'd seen already, we've already seen from the weekly that this is in a nice uptrend. So I was not looking for any sort of sells with a big trend going up like that. And then we got this big movement here as well, from there to there. So of course, this is our candle here, there, and again. This is what we call the banker's candle. Again, you're going to be taught that if you're interested in learning. So that was the area my eyes were drawn to right here. So I thought I put an order in to go long, to buy. So entry there on this candle here. Entry there. Stop was there. Now I didn't go for the full 1 to 5 on this because I didn't like the look of these like equals here, you know. So I thought I'm going to do half of that. So I got it to here. This is going to be difficult to do on this. It was the top of this here anyway. Yeah, it was there. Yeah. So that's, no, let me come this in properly. There we go. It was 1 to 2, and it was about 1 to 2.5. This is just messing up. Yeah, it was there. There. So got in here when the price came down, triggered here. And you see right here, this green one here. So it came down, it took this time to come down, triggered here. This green candle here got us in, and then it took off. And then I only got I got out here on this one. That's 2.5, 1 to 2.5, which is 5% on your account. So got in here. So that's 1 day. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to make 5%. Yeah, so that's less than a week. I made 5% on my account. I was actually talking to somebody who does trade over the year, and they were asking me, if I make 20% in a year, is that about the industry average? Have I made about the right amount? And I said to them, yeah, that, you know, in fact, the industry average is between 12 to 15%. So you've slightly done better than average, you know. That's what most people are going for, you know. I've just shown you 5% in 1, 2, 3, 4 in 5 days, using this strategy that you can be taught, you know, in 5 days. Not having to sit and scalp and watch the charts forever, finding an area that is very, very highly likely for the price to come to and react, because it's a certain, we've kind of worked out where banks have to come to, how banks trade, and we follow their trades, which is why you can get these sorts of trades, these sorts of risks to rewards, and being out and making 5% in 5 days. Imagine you've done that 5% a week, say. So that's, what's that? That's 20% a month. This person was talking about 20% a year and being happy with that. and you're talking about 10% in a month, you're potentially making 2 months what they would be happy to make in a year. You know, even if you made less than that, just say you even half that. Say you made 5% for the month. I mean, that's still amazing. Most people were happy with 20% for the whole year. But using this strategy, you could actually be making those sorts of things, you know, very, very easily once you understand it, once you understand what you're doing and you take your time to understand. So I hope that clears things up for you and lets you see that you can actually trade Forex and how to trade Forex as with a full-time job. Do you know? Now, I've been talking about my group and this sort of stuff. If you're wanting to train with us and trade with us, then we have a free training group that will actually let you see these patterns for yourself. There's nothing been hidden. They show you exactly what we're looking for, the areas we're looking for, these things I was talking about, bankers candles, pips, all that sort of stuff. And you get access to that completely for free. Yeah, the group that we have, we offer you access for free. So you can come and have a look, see if it's for you, see if you like it, see if you gel with us, and then you can decide to continue with us if you want to. But initially, completely for free. You know, if you're interested in that, we have trainings every single day from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. UK time, and they usually last for about an hour, hour and a half, where the trainers are showing you the strategies, they're showing you the charts they're looking at, they're showing you trades that they're potentially looking at that you can even take advantage of yourself in a free group and actually make money from that. They're showing you, you know, where they think the direction of things are going, trend, all this sort of stuff that I've just been talking about. They're actually showing you that, and you can ask questions if you're on the lives. You can ask questions, and there'll be replays as well if you miss it because you're working maybe and you just want to watch the replays. Alright, so if that's something that may be of interest to you, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link below this video. You can click on that, and once you've opted in, you'll get the details. You get completely free access to this group, and then you can just see if it's for you or not, you know. So either way, listen, I hope you got some value from this. If you did, take a second, just give it a thumbs up. Also share it with anyone else you think might get some value from it as well. You know, any questions at all, anything you want to discuss, then please don't hesitate. Just leave it in the comments box below. All right, once again, thanks for listening. Till next time, you take care. I'll speak to you soon. All the best.